Hope I'm audible. Yes, Madhumita. I
Yes.
hope I'm audible.
Yep.
So today's topic is how to remove the fear of rejection. Okay, hope I'm audible. So we are going to talk about rejection and how it actually impacts our life. Okay, so let me ask you this first. To start off this session, let me ask you: have you ever not spoken up because you feared that what others would think? Type in the chat box, Madhumita, if you had any such thoughts when, it might be in a meeting or a friends get together where you did not speak up just because you feared what other people would think. Hmm, that is an indication of a fear of rejection. And how many times have you held yourself back from applying to jobs or expressing yourself just to avoid hearing a no? Hmm? So, this fear of rejection shows up in every area of our life, not only career. Career is one thing where you do not apply for jobs, even though you have the skills and potential, you do not apply for the jobs because you feel maybe I might get rejected. So, this fear of rejection does not allow you to progress in life. Hmm? In relationships, yeah, you might be liking someone, but you don't have the guts to tell that person because, again, fear of rejection plays an important role here. So, every other instance where you feel that you might be rejected, you avoid hearing that no. In order to avoid hearing that no, you do not even try. That's the fear of rejection. It does not allow you to go ahead and try it just because it creates stories in your head that you will be rejected. So, the fear of rejection is one of the most common emotional fears that people have, and yet not talked much about. Many people, when we talk about fear of rejection, many people feel, oh, it's common to have a fear of rejection. Everybody has it. But is it true that everybody has a fear of rejection? Is it true? Type yes or no in the chat box. What do you think? Does everybody have a fear of rejection? No. If everybody had a fear of rejection, nobody would have ever applied for jobs. Everybody would be sitting at homes, right? The people who go out, apply for job, try new things, get into new relationships, they do not have the fear of rejection. So when I talk about this topic in general about fear of rejection, the first thing that a person thinks that okay, everybody has no, because rejection can occur at different phases in your life. So everybody has that fear. No, and no, not everybody. If you are going through a particular challenge, it is your emotional pattern. If you fear rejection and that's the reason you're not taking that first step, it's your emotional pattern. Don't club everybody and make it a generalized topic. Okay. So it shows up this fear of rejection, it shows up in our careers, in our relationships, and even in our self worth. So today, let's bring that fear into light and let's understand it and try to release it. First of all, let's understand where does this fear of rejection come from? Where does it originate from? Okay, so let's understand the source. I typed in the chat window also. Let's understand the source of this. Where does the fear of rejection come from? Now, let me give you different instances where this fear of rejection must have crept into your life. You can pick up any one reason, any one area where you feel this is where fear of rejection came into my life. Okay. The fear of rejection isn't just about being told no. Okay, it's not about that. It's about being seen as not good enough. Okay, so if in your childhood either your parents or your teachers or your friends, anyone has been telling you that you're not good enough, you're not good in your studies or good in any extracurricular activities, whatever it is, that's where first this fear of rejection crept into your life. Okay. So fear of rejection gives you a feeling that you are not good enough, and that's the reason you will be rejected. Okay. Number two, a feeling unworthy of love, success, or attention. Mm. Many times you will see parents usually tell their children that if you get good grades in your exam, we will go out for a vacation, or I'll buy you some new gift, a new toy. So at that tender age, at that small age, children start feeling that, okay, they are not worthy of love unless and until they get a particular grade in the school, or they are able to keep their parents happy. Okay. So that's number two, feeling unworthy of love, success, or attention. Number three, childhood wounds where love felt conditional. Okay. There might have been some childhood wounds that have not um, healed, that has led a mark in your life, that has led to some trauma, some major incidents in the childhood, might be abuse or something like that, that has had a deep impact in you. Okay, that might have caused you the fear of rejection, where you every time there's a new opportunity in front of you, that past trauma comes in front of you, and you feel that, okay, because of this, I might be rejected again. I might not be worthy of this new relationship because something like this happened to me in my childhood. Okay. Then, fourth, past experiences where rejection caused deep emotional pain. Past experiences. So, there might be in office or in your school, college, there might be some instances where you were rejected. You were actually rejected, and that has caused you a deep emotional pain. Maybe you were in a relationship with someone, and after being in a relationship for some time, that person left you. That left a deep emotional wound inside you. Mm. And now you're not able to get over it. That person might have moved ahead, but it has left a deep impact on you. Okay, and you feel rejected. So over time, what happens now? These four factors I have told you, the different ways in which a fear of rejection must have come to your life. Over time, our mind actually creates an emotional pattern, and it tries to avoid each and every situation where a rejection is possible. Okay. Due to these four different factors that I told you, from where the first instance of rejection must have come into your life, your mind, our mind's main function is to protect ourselves, by the way. So, in order to protect yourself from future rejections, it tries to scan and find all those, avoid all those situations where a rejection is possible. Hmm? And what happens in doing so? In doing so, it avoids opportunities. It doesn't allow you to utilize the opportunities that are coming in front of you, which means there might be a very lucrative job opportunity that has come to you, but your mind will create a story saying that, see, you had applied for so many jobs in the past 2 months, you were rejected. So here also, you're not going to get any go ahead. You will be rejected here also. So you don't end up even trying. You don't even take the first step to send your resume, get shortlisted, and go for the interview. Okay. So it avoids situations where rejection is possible, and that by doing that, it avoids all the opportunities for growth. And that's the reason you get stuck in that phase of your life. In that stage of your life, you feel you're not moving, you're just stuck. Now, let's understand where we have now understood from where does this fear of rejection come. Now let's understand how does it show up in our daily life. How does it show up in our daily life? Number one, you will see this fear of rejection showing up in your daily life when you do not apply for jobs. When you might have completed several certifications, you might be having a lot of qualifications, you have invested a lot of money in your education, okay, and you have all the skills and knowledge that's required, but you do not apply for jobs. Okay. Number two, you stay relatively quiet in meetings. You don't open your mouth. You stay quiet. Number three, people pleasing or overperforming to be liked. You will see in office several people who are always pleasing their managers, doing what their managers want to do exactly, and doing more than that, probably sitting back late in the night and even doing the manager's work. That is people pleasing. Not expressing your needs in a relationship. In every relationship, the both partners will have their own needs. So people who fear rejection just because they feel that the other person might leave them, they don't express their needs. Probably your need, your expectation from your partner would be just to sit beside you and listen to what you want to say. You want someone to hear you out, to understand you. But you don't even say that to your partner. And he's busy with his work and you just move on. Are you don't express your needs. So when it comes to relationship, any relationship qualifies for that. It might be relationship with your spouse or with your kids, or it might be relationship with your co-workers, your managers. So people who fear rejection, they do not express their needs in a relationship. They're not expressive, they're not open. You will see even in office, there will be certain people, when you tell them something and if they feel hurt, they automatically shut down. They don't speak, they don't say anything, but they shut down uh, because they don't like to express themselves. There is another category of people, if you tell that something hurtful to them, they are very vocal. They will tell you on the face that I didn't like that. That was a very nasty comment. So that's another factor. Over apologizing and shrinking your presence. Hmm? You will see people who fear rejection, they are constantly ensuring that the people around them are accepting them. People around them are not feeling bad about anything that they are saying. So they are like constantly apologizing for even when it's not their mistake. So we covered till now where does the fear of rejection come from and how it shows up in your daily life. And now we will go to how can we reframe rejection and give it a new perspective. So every time you feel the rejection, this fear of rejection is actually protecting ourselves from another bout of rejection. But when we say it's protecting ourselves, it is also limiting ourselves. It's actually really limiting ourselves. Like I said, because of a previous rejection in a job interview, you might have developed a fear of rejection due to which you're not applying for future interviews. So as a IT transition coach, I get so many students, I educate so many students in a month. Uh, After they finish their course, most of them go apply for jobs and they keep me updated. This is how the interview went, and they are, uh, without waiting for the outcome of one interview, they are already gearing up for another interview. Okay. But also, there is a category of people who, even after completing the course, they don't even apply for jobs. And when I spoke to them, sat with them to understand what is their problem, if you don't apply for jobs, who will give you jobs? You know, that's when this fear of rejection came. Hmm? And if you understand this, if you have faced a previous rejection and you are not, because of that fear, you're not applying for other jobs, you are actually limiting yourselves. You will stay where you are, right? Nobody is going to come to your office, to come to your home with an offer letter, without an interview and without anything. So, what do we do about this fear? This fear that limits our growth, how should we get out of that zone? Number one, reframe your rejection. And for this, students who come to me for one-on-one counseling, I teach them a reframing technique, which they practice on a daily basis, of course. Where in the reframing technique, we talk about rejection. Any rejection that you previously faced, students usually narrate the incident. Like towards the beginning of this session, I told you different instances in which the fear of rejection must have crept into your life. Okay, I gave you several examples. Now, in our counseling sessions, students are actually able to go back to their childhood or during their college days when they first experienced this fear of rejection. Okay, and they are able to actually pick out what is that instance when fear of rejection first crept into their life. Hmm? Once they have identified that, then there are multiple ways in which we reframe that. Hmm? I want you to spend 5 minutes here. Think about, go back in your memory lane to the earliest memory that you have and tell me, maybe in your school days, maybe in your college days, or maybe after you started working, when was the first time the fear of rejection hit you very badly? Okay, you can unmute and tell me that. What was that instance? Was it personal? Was it professional? You can type in the chat window. So the reframing technique works on different wavelengths depending upon where you got the fear of rejection. If you are not ready to share, I will not be able to help you address this particular issue. But I'll tell you multiple ways that we practice, and I suggest the best approach based on the scenario that the student mentions. So rejection is redirection. There is a technique where we show the specific rejection that the student has faced, that it is not a protection, but it's a redirection to something better. Hmm? So that's a reframing approach. We use techniques like NLP for reframing their mindset and giving them a new way of looking at rejection. Rejection is not supposed to be taken personal. So one way is rejection, redirection. Rejection not is not personal. So people who have been rejected multiple times in interviews, do you think those interviewers had anything personal with you? They didn't have any personal rivalry with you, right? They might, maybe the position for which they were hiring, maybe they felt you were not the apt fit for that position. Maybe some skill was lacking, something else that they were looking for, they didn't find it in you, or maybe they just got a better candidate. Maybe you had the skills, had the potential. The next candidate that they interviewed, they felt okay, they should be going with that candidate. So they didn't have anything personal with you. Rejection is feedback and not a verdict. Again, There are several statements that I create for these students for them to overcome fear of rejection, which they are supposed to practice on a daily basis. Where one of the things is about the feedback, how they have to view rejection as a feedback. And like I said, we do an NLP reframing technique. I take them through a process where these thought processes, thought patterns are rewired. Okay. Journaling also helps you, by the way. Several of our students have benefited using the journaling technique, where you can journal. Just now, I was asking you guys to write when was the first instance the fear of rejection came into your life. So we start with that moment of rejection, and then we drill down to understand what did that rejection actually mean to you. Okay, to understand the impact of that rejection. And is that actually true about yourself? Whether it's the truth or whether it's a story created by your mind. How much of that is true? So that's in short about fear of rejection. We will go through a small visualization exercise where we will try to visualize and say some affirmations that can instill confidence inside you. Everybody ready for the visualization exercise? Type yes in the chat box. Okay, so let me just start the background music a bit. Yes, everyone able to hear my voice and music both? Type yes in the chat box if you are able to hear that. Okay, great. So then let's start this visualization meditation. Sit back comfortably, everyone. Close your eyes. Place your hands on your thighs. This is a guided visualization meditation to heal the fear of rejection. Relax your shoulders. Relax your forehead. We will start the meditation with 3 deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose. Pause for 5 seconds. And breathe out through your mouth. One more time. Breathe in through your nose. Pause for 5 seconds. And breathe out through your mouth. One last time. Breathe in through your nose. Pause for 5 seconds. And breathe out through your mouth. Now imagine a golden ray of light falling from above onto your head. This light is charging every neuron in your brain. This light then travels to your eyes, to your nose, to your mouth, and then to your ears. Your face is completely lit up with this light energy. This light then travels to your throat, charging your throat, then to your shoulders, to your arms and fingertips. This light then travels to your lungs, charging your lungs. Then it travels to your heart. Visualize your heart beating. Visualize that vibration in your heart. Heart is where this fear of rejection lies. Heart is the center point of all our emotions. When we get rejected, we can experience palpitations inside our heart. When we anticipate any rejection, then also we can experience palpitations in our heart. This golden ray of light is healing your heart and removing that fear of rejection. This light then travels down to your stomach, then to your large intestine, small intestine, reproductive organs, and to your excretory organs. Then it travels down to your thighs, then to your knees, and down to your feet. Now visualize this ray of light forming a golden arc around you. A golden circle around you, protecting you. Now I want you to imagine your face when you were 6 years old. Bring the face of that 6-year-old in front of you. I want you to visualize that face. How did you look like? What were you wearing? Look into the eyes of this child. This is your inner child. The eyes of this child is full of tears. The child is crying. It is crying because it's tired of being rejected. Rejected by parents, rejected by friends, rejected by teachers, rejected by grandparents. Now I want you to visualize that specific instance in your life when this fear of rejection first crept into your life. Visualize that situation. Was it in school? Was it in college? Was it at home? Or maybe in your workplace? Go to that situation, get into that scene. Play that visual in your mind. What was happening there? What made you feel so hurt? What did someone say to you? How were you rejected? And what did that rejection mean to you? Do you still believe that rejection? Whatever that person told you, was it true? Now imagine yourself walking towards this child, this 6-year-old child who is looking at that situation and crying. Imagine yourself walking towards this child. Kneel down and wipe her tears and tell this child, you are safe. You are supported. I know you are afraid, but I am there for you. I know nobody understood you back then, but now I am there to understand you. I know several people in life rejected you, but from now on, I will ensure that you are always safe and supported because I am there with you. Give this child a warm hug. Hug this child tightly and say, relax. You are taken care of. Relax. You are always taken care of. As you are saying this to this child, you can see your favorite god standing behind and smiling. He places his hand on your head, blessing you. And you feel protected. You can sense a vibration inside you. You can sense a new energy inside you. The energy that is coming from his hand. It is charging every cell in your body. It's healing you. As you open your eyes, you don't feel fearful anymore. You bow your head in gratitude and say thank you to God for showing you the path. You now walk with your child towards your destination. Ahead in front of you is a long path, a path that will lead to your destination. Maybe to the career that you are aiming for, or maybe to the relationship that you are manifesting. You start walking with your child hand in hand, and both of you are happy with each other. There is no more fear. There is no more anxiety. There is just peace and calmness in your life. And you're happy to take that next step. Today, you have come out of your comfort zone. Today, you are protected. You feel safe to take the next step. With this new energy, slowly, very slowly, come back to the room. Very slowly come back to the room. Wriggle your fingers and your toes. Rub your hands and place your hands on your eyes. And when you're ready, slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. How was it? Were you able to visualize? Yes. Was each one of you able to visualize? Let go of the fear of rejection? Okay, great. So these meditations or these journaling work, affirmations, NLP techniques done on a regular basis helps you overcome the fear of rejection. It does not go in once, just one shot. That doesn't happen. Reprogramming of your mind takes 1 to 2 weeks. When you follow these processes on a regular basis, that's when you start getting results. Okay. So if we don't have any questions, let me quickly wrap up today's session. If any one of you need one-on-one counseling for us, you can always drop a message there. You can drop a direct message on the WhatsApp number, and a call will be scheduled with the coach. Thank you so much for attending today's session. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.